Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Nothing Nerdy. I'm back with the Inspector who reacts. Hello, Inspector.
Hello. Hello.
Let's
Hello, chat.
see. Winston, hello. And let's see. Daniel and MXE and Robert. Hey, how are you guys doing? Thank you guys for coming. We have a lot to discuss today. So, obviously, we're going to talk about the latest episode of Mandalorian, but there's
Yeah.
been there's been some
That
news.
it was I don't know why I didn't hear about this sooner. I felt like I should have known that this was gonna happen, but yeah, they dropped a lot of Star Wars news.
I only knew it was coming because of Daniel. Daniel keeps me in the loop on these things. So I was watching that evening. Steve, hello, how are you? But it was like boom, 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 right after the next, like constantly having to refresh Twitter. It was very
Yeah,
exciting.
like yeah, it was just we got we got fed.
Yeah,
As you can see in the thumbnail, I'm eating that up.
yeah. I like that. I like that. Oh, I should have got the Kenobi cutout for our thumbnail.
Yeah, you could have a Kenobi kebab.
Kenobi kebab.
Kebabi.
Kabami. Oh man, so I don't know where to begin. Do we start with the Mandalorian or do we start with the Star Wars news?
I say we start with Mandalorian.
Okay, all right. We'll start with the basics, and then we'll get to the good stuff. No Rebels 2. I know, not yet. But listen, it's not out of the question. Anything could
we
happen.
got we got kind of a Rebels 2 announcement. Something close, but
It, you know what? They could turn that into like Ahsoka. They could turn that into kind of like a Rebels remix. You know. But anyway,
yeah.
all right. So the Mandalorian. So we were on. This was chapter 15, episode 7 of the Mandalorian, entitled "The Believer." And
Yep.
so we were on the second to last episode. So next week is the finale.
We are almost done already.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know why last season felt like it was longer. Was it 9 episodes or was it eight too?
I think it was about I think it was about 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I don't remember
But it
the
just
exact
felt
number,
like it.
but
I don't know why, but the first season felt like it was a lot longer than this one,
yeah,
and this one's already felt like just boom, 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 boom.
yeah, yeah. It's gone. This year has gone by really fast. But that could also be because we're just like anticipating like each episode. Like this. We had a lot to talk about in last year, but I feel like we have even more to talk about now. And they're like
Yeah.
throwing so much at us, like this character and that
Yeah.
character, and um,
I
yeah, yeah. We have we're gonna talk about Boba too.
yeah. I
Lots of
will
good stuff in
say
this episode.
so yeah, the beginning of this episode started with them just freeing Mayfield. I thought it was going to be a whole like prison jump break and everything, but no, it was just, hey, we need you. Okay.
I was expecting that too. I thought maybe this whole episode was gonna be like just busting him out of jail, and then the finale would be them getting onto the ship. But yeah, no, they started out. Kara, Mando, Boba, Fennec, they show up at the they had Mayfeld working in this like junkyard.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like a Thai fat Thai junkyard of sorts,
mhm.
re- repurposing parts and all that.
And he was like all perturbed that he was being like interrupted. Like, what's this all about? What do you want? And when he realized he was like being sprung, he was like, like I want to know where I'm going. And Kara's
You
like, just
gotta tell me
just
these
just
things.
shut up and go.
Yeah. And
The dynamic between Kara and Mayfield was really funny. Um,
and
and like Kara.
Boba.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Boba cleaned and repainted his armor back
He
to.
looks brand spanking new. He looks really good. Um,
It, it was very gorgeous. It's very beautiful.
mhm.
I will say, it's kind of the weird thing. Like this little, I don't know, cynical part of me was thinking, that's just to sell toys. You got a brand new paint job, so you got to sell new toys.
Maybe they will. Maybe they will. You never
Yeah,
know.
new Boba Fett action figure on the way.
AFK be good, y'all.
Oh, we're losing our EMXE.
Um, yeah, it was funny. So Kara brought Mayfeld over to the ship, and first person that Mayfeld sees is Boba, and he was like, "Oh, sorry. For a second, I thought you were this other guy."
I thought you were the other one.
And
And
then
then
Mando walks
Han
down.
walks Mando. It's just like,
Long time no
hey,
see.
hey, hey.
Oh, I can feel my throat's getting dry already. I don't know what it is about the air in this room. Look, I'm a Bill Burr fan, but when he talks, I feel like Star Wars is in New York. Maybe that's why I like him so much.
He definitely was very good in this episode.
He was funny. He had a range. I feel a range of emotions and expressions, and we saw like different sides to him. Like he was very funny, um, but yet he was very serious, and we saw like kind of
Yeah.
like this deeper side to him, and
Yeah.
what he went through working for the Empire. Um,
Yeah.
and
This is definitely a very interesting episode, especially for this character.
mhm,
Like this is a character I didn't really care about in the last
right.
season. Now it's like this one's like, ooh, I like you.
Yeah, by the end of the episode, you're like you love him, and you feel for him, you've connected with him, and but again, that goes to show you, one, what good writing they've done on the Mandalorian, and two, what a good actor he is. Like, um,
Yeah.
because if for to make an audience feel that way about a character you only saw in one other episode, you didn't really care too much about, and now you're like, oh, what he went through,
Yeah.
and I don't want him to go back to jail, and um,
Um, but we also get to see and how the kind of a little tease of how Slave One like rotates, like the little rotating insides.
yeah, that was really cool. When I at the beginning of the when we were in that scene for a second, I was like, um, I had to kind of like refresh my memory for a second. I thought they were on the Razor Crest, so initially it didn't like hit me, but then I was like, wait a minute, the Razor Crest is exploded.
It's
This is
gone. It's
this is
ashes.
this is Boba's ship, and I was like, oh, that's how it works. Like it was really cool. We got to see in this episode a lot of shots of the inside of the ship and how it moves and rotates, and
Yeah.
it was cool to see. Um,
So yeah, we fly to a new planet where we can get basically Mayfield's can do his thing to find Moff Gideon sort of shit.
Yeah, they need his imperial connections, his imperial. He knows what is it? He knows the imperial codes or whatever it is,
Yeah.
to get them into the system to find the coordinates of where Moff Gideon's ship is.
He basically just needs an internet computer and
Yeah.
a connection.
Yeah. So Mayfeld says this is the closest planet. They have a base there. Because initially Mando was like, no, there's nothing there. He's like, no, there's a base there. Let's just go there. So they get there, and then they're trying to find a way to basically to get inside. So they find these two guys in in this truck transporting.
Yeah, the truck transport. They realize they can use that. But I did like earlier where they're like, okay, can we use Kara? And there's like she's rebellion. She's very famous. Like she's a very famous rebel, drop trooper. I'm pretty sure she's gonna get recognized on the scans over there. And it's like, well, okay, what about Phoenix? She's like, no, I'm also on it's like, what about Boba? And she's like, let's just say they might recognize all of the faces that I've been before. And it's just like, Amanda's like, fine, I guess it's gonna be me.
I was well, all right, we'll I guess we'll get to that part when we get to that part. So
Yeah.
I'll hold that thought. But yeah, so Mando sees this truck with two troopers transporting, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Rhydanium.
Rhydonium, I think is what
Rhydonium.
it is.
Rhydonium.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is
very
like
explosive material.
Yeah. So when the truck enters kind of like this tunnel, they hop on, they knock out the troopers, and they take Mayfeld and Mando take their armor.
Basically, do what Luke and Han did.
Yeah. I always love those episodes. They did that on Rebels too. I don't know why, but I always enjoy those episodes when they're going
When
undercover.
They just sneak in dressed as the troopers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah.
Hey, you guys know Boba Fett has a Razor Crest too. Who thinks he's going to give it to Mando?
Does he?
Is that canon?
It can be. It could be pulled in canon because in the future episode.
It wouldn't be a Sunday stream if we didn't ask.
Um, it was interesting how they brought up basically like this episode honestly did have a lot of great conversations about what can you and can't you do and what's like good and right and all these sorts of things and what difference does being on one side make in some cases.
Yeah, Mayfeld kind of goes on this long, kind of gives this whole, like, kind of steps up on his soapbox and kind of gives this whole speech. And Mando's just being silent and he's just letting him talk. But he's like, yeah, if you're from here, you believe this. If you're from there, you believe that. Who's to say who's right, who's wrong? Like, what are your rules? Because there's a big difference between, you can't take your helmet off, or
and you can't show your face.
Yeah, and
because he basically swaps helmets.
Right.
And is that okay in your creed or whatever you believe?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you pushing your limits? And
yeah,
it's like, how far are you going? I really like to get to see that, like how Mando's like evolving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I kind of like that they had Mayfeld ask those questions because it kind of like those were like questions that like we have. So kind of felt like he was speaking for us in a way.
Yeah.
As long as you can sleep at night, that's right. So he's not really saying anything, and then they're in the truck, they're making their way. While they're driving, they keep hearing on the radio, the other trooper saying, you gotta watch your levels because, you can't drive too fast or something because that affects the Rhydonium.
You might cause a reaction and blow us up.
Yeah. So they have to be mindful of that, which I thought was kind of cool that they included that because that added this whole other level of tension on this drive. So they have to worry about that, but then all of a sudden, and Mando's like, don't worry, you're gonna be fine as long as you stay steady. Nothing's gonna happen. And then
of course bad things happen.
Of course bad things happen because next thing they know, they're sorry guys, my screen. They're being attacked by pirates. So
so Mando has to defend the ship, and Mayfield has to keep the ship from going too fast or going too slow or whatever, basically keep the Rhydonium from exploding.
Yeah.
I did like how it's one of those. It reminded me of that one moment in Firefly when like Jane's got like this Alliance rifle but it's terrible. Mm-hmm. So he's just like this piece of work and just he starts beating with it. It's like when Mando uses the Imperial blasters, it starts not working. He's just like
throws. I like that.
Piece of Imperial junk.
Yeah, it was funny. And but he really he really kicked our ass. He was just because they just kept coming and coming, and he was shooting them. He was kicking them off the train. Some off the truck. Some of them went under the truck. Some of them went to the side. It was like it was.
We also saw well, yeah. This is very as I was thinking like this is very like some people say like Indiana Jones. Some people say Mad Max or something like that. And I'm kind of like this is very like similar to those kinds of action scenes where people are fighting on top of a vehicle. Mm-hmm. But I will say it was interesting to show that basically how terrible the trooper armor is and how much Mando kind of is not used to not having his Beskar.
Yeah, you could tell because he did get shot at one point and he just kind of like
he's like ow. Yeah, he's like he was very kind of bruised after this. Is like, man, I am not used to this.
Yeah. But he held his own. I mean, they just kept coming and coming and coming, and I'm like, and at one point, he had no weapons left. He had nothing, and and yet here comes two more.
Yeah, they've all got their
speeders,
grenades ready to blow.
And he takes a breath and he goes, and he's ready. Like this is all he has left, and then all of a sudden you hear the TIE fighters, and choom choom choom, and
TIE fighters come in and save the. It's one of those weird times where it's like. As Bill Burr says, like, never thought I'd be happy to see stormtroopers.
Yeah.
It's like one of those moments where you're like, oh, thank goodness the Empire's here.
Yeah. It was kind of weird. It's like, oh, what a relief.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but so and then so the TIE fighters take them out, and then they slow down and they approach the base, and like everyone is applauding them, saluting them, cheering them
Mhm.
on for like because they were the only ones that made it. There were all these other trucks carrying the Rhydonium, and
Yeah.
they all exploded. Nobody made it except for them. So it was like a big deal. They were these heroes. Um,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, this is it was one of those moments where it's just like I could uh if you could just one of those things where it's like I kind of like you kind of had to remember it's like the empire is sometimes normal to some people. Like
yeah.
it's not like the it's like we were always used to seeing the empire as bad. It's one of those rare times where it's like they're just sometimes they're just normal soldiers or something like that. They're just trying to survive their situation, even though like their superiors or their officers are trying to be evil. It's one
Hmm.
of those things where it's just like these feel just more normal people,
Yeah.
troopers.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, so they make it to the base. Mayfeld hunts down one of those machines, those computers or whatever that's gonna that he needs to log into with his information in order to get
Yeah,
the coordinates. So it's they approach the room. It looks like it's in like kind of like a break room where there's
yeah,
some
it's kind of
officers.
cafeteria.
Yeah, like and they're just hanging out. Mando waits outside. Um, Mayfeld approaches, and then he sees one of his old commanding
Superior officers
officers
of sorts. Yeah,
sitting there, and he turns around. He's
he's
like,
like
I can't do. He's like, I worked under this
you might.
guy a few years ago. He might recognize me. Um,
Yeah. So Amanda's like, okay, give me the little code thing,
yeah,
whatever it is, and I'll do the thing. So this was I love it. It was like thinking about it, it was a little weird scene. Um, like so they go to so Mando takes the thing, goes to the little key thing, and plugs it in. Basically, goes to the internet because he's not registered into the Empire's history or whatever.
right.
Um, he's, he's not going to be. I guess it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you're not in the history of the
Yeah.
Empire, so I guess you're okay with being okay with having access to the internet and such.
Thank you, MXC. I wasn't sure what was going on. No,
Yeah,
no,
that
you're
was
fine.
weird.
I couldn't really follow what was going on, but thank you.
That was weird. Yeah. Um, but so Bando, of course, he. I guess basically he decides to okay, I got it. He takes off his helmet. He basically shows his face and gets scanned.
Now, this was one of those things I was a little confused about. So, does the computer need to scan so that it can kind of like as a memory thing? Okay, this person logged in and this was their face, or is it like it has like facial recognition, like like an iPhone, like you
I
can't access it unless your face is recognized.
I I guess I don't. That is one of those weird things where it's like, wait a minute, but at the same time, I'm just thinking maybe it's just where it's like, okay, as long as you're human or you're not like
Yes,
a
I was so confused by
rebellion,
that.
like you're not on the rebellion wanted list or something like that, you're totally okay with using Imperial Internet and whatever codes. If you got the codes, then you're also totally fine. I don't know. Because I mean, I guess there's a point. It's like they need recruits. Not everyone's. There's always going to be a new face or something at some point.
Yeah, yeah, I
So
guess so. I was confused because I was like, because initially I was like, oh well, like if they scan his face, then his name's gonna come up. But then I was like, but no, because no one's ever seen his face.
yeah,
So, but then wouldn't that still like if no one recognizes his face, won't that send off like alarms or something? So I was like a little confused about the whole thing. So I just assumed it was like, all right, well,
yeah,
maybe they like if something goes wrong, they kind of have like this database where okay, this person logged in at this time and this was who they were. Like I don't
yeah.
know.
Imperial is both very futuristic and retro.
Yeah.
But
Captain Spike, hello.
it was. I gotta say, it was weird seeing Pedro Pascal's face for an extended amount of time.
It was. I was
Like,
like, when is he gonna put the helmet back on? I feel so uncomfortable right now.
and yeah, the way it was kind of basically the way I could say is he acted very cute. He acted very shy. Like he just didn't feel comfortable with his face being exposed.
I read an article about those scenes with him without the armor, and I felt like they explained it so well, and it really proved what an incredible actor he is. Because this is someone
Yeah,
who's had his face covered since he was a child. So, so taking it off in front of other people, he kind of like regresses back to his to his childhood, like a kid, to like
yeah,
someone with social anxiety. Like he's not used to being seen in public, and so he gets very timid and he withdraws. And um,
yeah,
and they also pointed out when he turns his head, like when they're having that conversation between Mayfeld and the
yeah,
officer, he turns his whole body, like as if he still has the helmet on.
yeah. His head acts like he's still wearing, like he's still used to the helmet
Yeah.
functioning, so he's not used to like peripheral vision or
Mm-hmm.
something like that, I guess.
Yeah. So he's just he did that so well, and I was so uncomfortable. Like I felt uncomfortable, and if the audience is feeling uncomfortable because you're uncomfortable, like that's
Yeah,
good acting.
it was it was good, and the, the Imperial officer was so slimy. It was hard to like describe it. He was just so well. It was like this southern hillbilly, but creepy, um, something. I can't describe it, but the way he acted was very good at being evil, I guess.
I know I saw him on another show where he played a type where he was just kind of like this sleazy swindler, con artist person. Um, and in this episode, like, yeah, like he's kind of slimy, like he's an imperial, whatever. But he was also incredibly intimidating. Like, he was very serious, and um, like I was terrified of him. I mean, the way he carried
Yeah,
himself, the way he spoke, and the music on top of it, the music was so creepy. Joseph,
yeah.
hello, how are you?
That whole scene. Oh, Kingsman. That's where I've seen him. I think.
He was
Yeah.
also in
Okay.
Game of
Yeah. There's this.
Thrones.
Oh, I remember now. Okay. Yeah. There's this movie Kingsman. I don't think you'd enjoy it, but
Probably not.
it's but yeah, this is basically a spy action film. Um, but yeah, I remember he played a part in it. That's where I've seen him from. I was like, I've seen him in something before too. That officer. Um, but yeah, it was like, and the okay, so this whole scene, the whole scene where they're just having this conversation, again, it reminded me like other people also reference this. It reminded me of like another movie you probably haven't seen. Is like this Quentin Tarantino movie, like Glorious Bastards. Is it is basically this World War II movie, also with spies,
Uh-huh.
and they're basically these people are at a dinner table and they're having this conversation. There's a spy having chats with an officer and he's trying to not blow his cover,
Hmm.
and the whole scene is very intense.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like
So
watching it. It's like you're waiting for the officer. Like, you're like, does the officer know? Does he suspect anything? At what point is their cover going to be blown? And it's like you're on the edge of your seat.
yeah, and
Excellent.
yeah, and again, this is one of those. This is the I think the point where we see like we learn more about Mayfield. We learn about his history and has his moments uh, with the Empire and how the Empire is basically just doesn't care
Hmm.
about, or they try and make excuses for their evil actions, and but they really just don't care about even their own officers or troops or something like that.
Yeah,
And it's
Mayfeld
like,
was talking about the one mission that they had or something. About 5 to 10,000 troopers were killed, and
yeah,
the officer was like, "Well, they were all heroes, And it's like that doesn't calling them heroes doesn't change anything, doesn't make it any better. Um,
yeah. He brings up Operation Cinder, which was in the Battlefront 2 game that
mm,
just came out. The campaign was focused on that.
gotcha.
So so it was kind of neat that they brought that. They referenced that. That was a neat little addition.
Oh,
Which
cool.
honestly, another thing, which Operation Cinder happened after Return of the Jedi, so that was not that long ago for them, like 4 years
Oh, wow.
for.
I guess that makes sense. He
Yeah.
said it was a couple years ago.
Oh.
I felt PTSD and survivor guilt. Yeah, yeah. You could, and he even admitted he had a lot of unresolved issues, and
Yeah.
I think it all kind of rose to the surface when he was face to face with that, talking to that officer who clearly didn't care. And the officer was just sitting there, justifying his actions, and then finally Mayfield just couldn't take it anymore, and he whipped out his gun and just shot him right there.
Just
It kind
straight
of
up.
yeah, it kind of reminded me of Greedo and Han and
Oh,
like
Han and Greedo just.
yeah. But clearly we know who shot first this time.
Yeah.
And then
Let's wait 30 years, and then there'll be the special edition of Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Have like
Mando shoots first this time.
But I did love how basically like everyone in the room freezes. Like Mando's like looking at him. He's like Mayfield's looking at him, and the stormtroopers just got his like coffee, and he's just like, dude, like what just happened?
Oh yeah.
And then it kicks off.
And then they just start shooting everyone, taking them all out, and they go to escape through the window, and everybody's coming after them. But thankfully, Fennec and Kara, they're off on a hill, not too far, and they're
got 2 sniper cover.
Yep. So they're taking them all out. It was kind of cool to see the two of them working together, the two ladies. They just, that was cool. And so they're
Boba was on his way to pick up.
What's that?
Boba was on his way for the pickup, and everybody's like, I was like, we gotta move. And he's like, hey, what do you think I'm doing? I'm moving.
Yeah. So they're trying to make their way to the roof, so Boba can meet them with the ship. So,
Mayfield basically took out everyone that saw Mando's face. So technically, he's the only one who has still living who has seen his face until he died. Until he died at the end of this episode.
Exactly.
So no living person has seen Mando's face.
True. Fennec 57 discussed. Oh, I know. Yes, MXC pointed out the other night. Fennec, the actress Ming-Na Wen, is 57 years old, and she looks fabulous. This is important for us. I want to know. I want to know what she's eating. I want to know what she's drinking. I want to know how she's working out, because she's doing something right.
Jawa juice.
But yes. But now his face is logged into the database. That's true.
Bantam. But yeah, so they get on, and Mayfield basically like takes out, like does a really great shot. His sharpshooter skills come into play, and takes out the Rydonian cargo that they were in, blows up the whole base.
Yep.
Everything. So they get it back in on the Slave One, and as they're making their escape, TIE fighters are chasing them, and the moment that made me so happy that we finally got was Boba dropping one of those seismic charges from episode 2. Like he still got some in that ship, and we got to hear the beautiful silent boom.
Yes. And they escaped, and they met up somewhere else, and Mayfeld and Mando reunite with Kara and Fennec, and he's like, all right, cuff me, I'm ready to go. And Kara kind of looks at him, and she was like, that was some pretty good shooting out there, you did good. And he's like, I had some stuff I had to get off my chest. And then Kara turns to Mando and says, it's a shame that Mayfeld had to die in that explosion at the base down there. And
it is a shame, isn't it?
It is.
They're basically, without saying it, they're just telling him, get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, go, you're free.
He's like, I'm gonna go. Like, I'm just gonna walk away if that's all right, and he lived, which I was glad he lived for one thing, because the way things were going, I was like, oh, don't tell me he's gonna die a hero,
Yeah, it
and
didn't
then I'm gonna cry.
seem like that was gonna happen.
But he survived, and not only did he survive, but he was set free, which I thought was cool. He didn't have to go back to jail, and hopefully he can turn over a new leaf. And I have a feeling we'll probably be seeing him again. Maybe like
I
next
honestly
season.
was kind of saying, hey, you can join the crew.
Yeah,
You can, like, help
I'd
us.
like him to stick around. I think he's good people.
Uh, yeah. So they have their coordinates, they have their plan, they have their heading, they're ready to. And on Moff Gideon's ship, he gets a message from Mando.
Oh my gosh, that call. I know I don't know. I don't know what I was supposed to feel, but I was feeling all emotional because he's like, that child means more to me than you will ever know. And I was like, oh my god. It got me. It got me. Right in the feels.
Yeah. It was from season one. Yeah.
Say that again, you cut out.
Can you see me or hear me? Because you're frozen for me.
You're frozen for me too.
Hey, no, I'm frozen.
But it's a great shot because you're like
I would screenshot this
you're,
before
you're
this.
smiling.
Am
Oh,
I
there we
frozen?
go.
Am I good?
Now you're
Back?
back. Okay.
Oh man, we almost made it. We almost made it.
Sorry, what were you said something about season 1?
Almost, almost, almost.
What?
Hello? Back? Good?
Yeah. You're good.
I think I'm back. I think I'm back.
Okay.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
basically the Moff Gideon, like basically his speech,
Mm-hmm.
basically what Moff Gideon was saying back at the end of season one, like when Grogu or Baby Yoda was being taken back to the ship by Queel,
Uh-huh.
and Moff Gideon, the first time we see him, he's just like, "You have something I want." You may realize that he's basically saying the same speech. So Mando turns it around on him. He's like, "Now it's my child. It's my baby."
Mm-hmm.
He means more to me. It's basically the same speech, but with two different meanings.
Interesting.
And it's, I love that. I loved that taunt he did.
Mm-hmm.
And now we wait for the finale to see what happens.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. This was the first episode where we didn't see Baby Yoda at all. Like, there was a void.
Oh,
I know.
that was. This has really been the only. Yeah, I don't think like every episode before this has always had Grogu.
Mm-hmm.
In
He may not have been a big part of it. He may have been hanging out on the ship, but we always at least see him once, and we didn't see him at all, which made me think whatever they plan on doing to him, they've done already.
He's still in those cuffs.
Yeah, the little baby cups. Oh.
Yeah, so that was the episode. That was good. And it was directed by Rick from who did the 2 of the episodes from last season. He did really good in this one. Like this was probably my favorite one he's directed.
Yeah, this episode was was excellent. But yeah, and then next Friday is the last episode, the finale of season 2, and so some things we're wondering is obviously the big one. Some of you were talking about in chat is, who's going to be the Jedi that we see. Like they brought Grogu to the Jedi Temple, put him on the Seeing Stone so that a Jedi could sense him through the Force. So we're wondering who that Jedi is going to be.
Yeah, will we see him at all this season? Will we see this Jedi show up at all? Maybe they'll save it for the 3rd season.
Maybe they'll pull what they did in The Force Awakens, where you're wondering, where Luke Skywalker, and at the very end,
no, Mando holds Grogu out to Luke, and he turns up. Luke takes Grogu.
That was terrible. Oh gosh.
No, not that moment yet. We gotta wait 30 years for that to happen.
But maybe they'll do. My point being, maybe they'll at the very last second the Jedi will reveal himself or herself, and we won't, see it until next season.
Yeah.
Can't take you guys anywhere.
So yeah, that would be interesting though if Luke does take Grogu. It's kind of like so Luke being trained by Yoda. Now Luke is training a Yoda species.
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
Speaking of the future, we've got a lot on the horizon.
All right. Let's talk about the big one. Okay, listen, I realize everybody's probably excited about something different, but y'all know what I'm excited about, okay?
Yeah, which one's yours?
I was already excited about the Kenobi series, but now I'm really, really excited because they're bringing back Hayden Christensen for Darth Vader.
Hayden's back! He's getting a chance.
We didn't get Anakin or Vader in the prequel trilogy, which was a big mistake, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There was no Anakin, no Darth Vader, nothing. We got a voice, okay?
You mean the sequel trilogy, right? Not the prequel.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant the sequel trilogy. Sorry.
Yes. I was like, prequel was like, okay, I can
Anakin
kind of
was
see what you
not
mean
in the
about Vader,
prequel trilogy.
Anakin's like,
sorry, I meant the sequel trilogy. He was not in the sequel trilogy. Big mistake.
So, I mean, okay, so from what I've heard, what they said, he's going to be in the Darth Vader outfit.
Yeah.
Which, I was like, okay, cool. I still want to see him.
Well, okay.
I still want to
they're
see,
obviously not going to tell us everything.
Again.
They're not going to tell us everything. So, yes, okay, he'll be appearing as Darth Vader. That doesn't mean that it's everything. They could do flashbacks. So, I'm kind of holding on to that.
Yeah.
I want that.
Yeah, I'm hoping for those. Flashbacks, something, whatever. Just give it to me.
Yeah.
And also give Hayden a chance. Give him his chance again. Let him be Anakin.
Because I think we were talking... I don't remember if I was talking about it with you guys or if I was talking about it with a friend. But, like, they could put anybody in the Darth Vader suit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean...
Like, so why bring back Hayden then?
Yeah.
Unless we're going to see him. So...
Yeah. Unless he was just like, no, I want to be Vader. I want to finally, like, be that Vader. Which, he did get to do in the end of episode 3, but this time he'd actually get to do something in that suit. But still, I would like to see just his face. I would like to see him again. So go for those flashbacks.
I feel like I'm gonna go on record and say yes, we are gonna see his face because
we bet.
They could brought back Matt Lanter and have him play it. I mean, I don't know how tall he is, but I mean, they could have just found a tall guy and stuck him in the costume, and I think we're gonna see.
So, yeah, that's and they said so it's gonna be 10 years.
Oh wait, Frank,
so it's gonna be
right about Hayden. What is the point of bringing him back if Vader were? Oh, so you were talking about it. Okay, I knew I was talking about it with someone. Couldn't remember if it was one of you guys or someone else.
So yeah, we're gonna be right in the middle. 10 years between 4 and 3.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They didn't. So there was like this little tease where they mentioned like there's gonna be this battle of the century or something like that. So
a rematch.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Did they say rematch?
I thought I heard the word rematch thrown around. Maybe not. I thought I did.
I have to figure out if that's what was said, because it's one of those things where it's like I don't know if I really want Vader and Obi-Wan to meet before episode 4. Like, I feel like that meeting in the Death Star is just where it has to happen.
Yeah. I mean, that scene made it seem like that they hadn't seen each other since the battle on
Mustafar.
So
if there was just Battle of the Century, that gives me an idea that maybe we could get Vader versus Darth Maul. Maybe it's like the Crimson Dawn and that all thing before Rebels, like how Maul lost his whole thing. We could get Vader and Maul battling.
Maybe.
That would be cool to see.
Mm-hmm. Could be that. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do it, but it's going to be good.
I like how it's like we're talking about is everything but Obi-Wan. Like everything.
Listen, I love him, but right now he's a side story, okay?
It's like, hey, it's my own show, and everyone else is like starring.
Kenobi, who? Who? What?
It's like Ben.
I wonder if they'll bring back Ian it's McDermott.
Ian for
Palpatine.
Palpatine.
Yeah.
Do some Palpatine scenes.
Maybe that'll be like a surprise.
I would like that. I would like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Clipping and
He doesn't even have to do much. He just.
No, he'll never speak to me again.
James Earl Jones too. Yeah, we're gonna get James Earl Jones again. Yeah, because.
I feel like this is a stupid question, but is it confirmed that he's going to do his voice? I realize nobody else can and will do his voice, but like, did they ask him?
Yeah, maybe there's like only a couple of other people I think can do a good impression. But I feel like for live action, even for animation they did James Earl Jones. So like in Rebels, it was James Earl Jones. So yeah, they should. I don't know.
We're assuming. We don't know, but most likely, but we're assuming.
Yeah. We've got okay, so so the thing now
there's really nothing else to discuss. It's
well, okay, there's the thing for me, the thing that makes me so happy, so excited is the announcement of that Rogue Squadron movie. That's a movie we're getting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just watched the trailer. I watched all the trailers today. That one got me.
Yeah.
Got me all choked up.
It's the one with Patty Jenkins and her discussing about her her life and how she's always wanted to make these because has this. Apparently, her family's has done fighter piloting stuff and such. So she's always wanted to make something very like that. And now, but she said she's never found the right story or something like that. Now, with this franchise and fiction, she can make her own story and then do it in this universe that she also loves.
Yeah.
And Patty Jenkins, she directed the Wonder Woman movies. So I am very excited to see what she does with Star Wars. And basically with that history that she explained, I believe she'll do a very great job. And me, who's loved starfighter pilots and seeing the starfighter flying and all this other stuff, that makes me so excited. So that's basically my movie. I'm so hyped for that movie.
Oh, yeah. It looked... I wasn't sure what we were going to be seeing. I was like, are we going to be seeing clips or what? I loved how they presented the movie by, her sharing her, what it meant to her and her history and how she's going to bring that to telling this story. So I was like, that's all I need to hear. You're going to do great. And we're behind you 100%.
Yeah, and even that little trailer when she put the helmet on, put the suit on, and was walking towards the X-Wing, I started to well up. It was
my gosh, yes, she put the helmet on. Oh my god, it was like.
I just could. It was one of those things. I can't believe this is actually happening, and I'm so happy. It's it was that little moment of I'm excited for the future again.
Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be. We have so it sounds super cheesy, but I feel so thankful. Like everyone's been saying on social media, what a time to be a Star Wars fan. I mean, we have so there's gonna be those Star Wars fans that they're gonna complain, they're gonna hate everything, but come on guys, look at all this stuff we're getting, and just to think this all started with one movie. Wasn't sure if there was gonna be a second movie.
That's insane to think about. Every time you see A New Hope, you're just thinking this made everything.
It all started with one movie, and it almost was only that, and then it went to 2 movies, and then 3 movies, and for the longest time we thought it was just going to be those 3 movies, and then
3 movies, and then the other 3 came, and then we got a bunch of lore, games, all that sort of stuff. We got a TV show, we got a cartoon TV show sort of thing. Then we got that kind of removed for a bit, and we got a new kind of 3 movies. And then we got a live action show.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that we've gained now.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird how we thought we were done, but we weren't. We
Yep.
always think we're done, and then we're not.
Mm-hmm. They keep surprising us, and I like it. This is just like the best Christmas present ever.
Yeah. And that was the thing. Is like we were thinking like one, two, maybe three announcements. No, we got like 10.
It's
We
like,
got like 10 stuff.
mm-hmm. It's like I was on Twitter and just constantly hitting refresh, 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 refresh. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god.
Like it's like I'm still refreshing. Like I can still go.
Someone someone had said something on social media that like these were probably, at least some of these things, they were probably going to announce at Star Wars Celebration, and that was supposed to happen in August and got canceled. So maybe that's why it was so many things.
Yeah.
Right now, I mean,
Maybe.
I could be wrong, but
Yeah. The other thing we're getting kind of two stories that are connected to the Mandalorian, basically like they're going to parallel, which is Ahsoka's story and Rangers of the Republic.
yeah,
Republic.
yeah.
And
You'll nerd it out over Twitter on Friday. Yes. Oh, that's right. I forgot I was posting on Discord.
Yeah.
So we're getting the Ahsoka series.
Which is basically, I'm going to say, is like the Rebels sequel that we were expecting. It's going to continue her like the Rebels storyline.
Yeah. Just one thing I have to say though. They did say it's going to be starring Rosario Dawson, which is great because she was incredible as Ahsoka.
Yeah, we got our Ahsoka actress.
Yeah.
So might as well keep using her.
But I found that I had all these like emotions kind of like resurface with. I just felt that I'm totally projecting my feelings here, but I felt bad that Ashley Eckstein was not given a chance. Like,
Yeah.
like at least let them both have a turn. Like one of them play her in The Mandalorian, one of them have the show. I just feel like I don't know how she feels. I'm totally projecting, but like you have all these other actors that got to play themselves, like in a way. The girl who did
I mean, at the very least, I would have been okay if Ashley had just done the voice. I mean, I know it would have been weird dubbing over Rosario, but it's just like I felt like
at least she would have been a part of it.
Yeah, she would have been Rosario can be the face and Ashley can be the voice.
Yeah.
Just carrying on this legacy of this character.
Yeah.
Especially since Ashley's done Ahsoka for so long now.
Yeah, I just
nearly
feel like
10 years.
I feel like she's being left out of it, and that just kind of like if I were in her shoes, I would be heartbroken. I would still be professional like she has been and be supportive and but I have some hurt feelings for her.
What they did for Maul and Solo, like Ray Park was voiced by Sam.
Mm-hmm.
They gave it a different voice because they had the Clone Wars voice. People know that voice more than they like. And Ray Park was dubbed over in Phantom Menace too. He's never used his original voice for Maul.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. I don't know. I hope Ashley gets maybe we'll get some video games for Ashley to voice act. Yeah.
Maybe she's gotta have something. I mean, I feel like she earned it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like Rosario Dawson was picked by fans. But like Rosario and Ashley has like she's done the voice, she's cosplayed, she has like the clothing, the clothing line, for all the Star Wars stuff, and like she's
she was.
Huh?
She was in She did make a voice in Rise of Skywalker, so her voice is technically still.
Why do people keep referring to that scene? That was such a cop-out, that scene, okay?
But yeah, she does technically can't have her canon voice as Ashley.
God.
Huh. That is a good point. I never thought about that. But it was no end game.
Anyway.
Yeah. They basically said that these two shows are going to parallel and combine with Mandalorian at the end of sorts. which basically like is basically like this is going to be their version of the Avengers. Like
Yeah,
these are these Avengers, and then we're getting the Avengers finale. It could be a movie. We get like a finale movie or
that'd
something.
be
That'd be
cool. That'd be
interesting.
cool.
Which I've like some people have said this, and I'm kind of excited for the same things. Like maybe this is the Thrawn trilogy, their version of it. Like they're bringing Thrawn back. They're bringing like some of these characters back. We could even maybe even involve Luke, Han, and Leia
That would be
with
cool.
like Ahsoka and like oh man, there's just so much that they could do. Yeah, so I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. See how they managed to pull that off.
Yeah.
We got what else do we get? Taika Waititi's little movie announcement kind of thing.
What movie is he doing again?
He's doing his own movie. He's doing like his own. It's curious because like I'm curious how unleashed they're gonna let Taika Waititi be.
With his humor?
Well, you remember Thor Ragnarok?
Yes.
So I'm curious to see how Thor Ragnarok they're gonna do with Star Wars.
Oh God.
I mean, as long as it is its own Star Wars thing, it'd be cool. Like something new. It could be like a whole Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm sure. I trust him. Like I'm sure whatever he does is going to be great. I gotta pull. Oh my gosh, how far do I have to scroll? I'm trying to find all the announcements. How far back do I need to go here?
Yeah, we could get Marjay. We could get Marjay.
We could. I'd be down for that.
Oh,
here we go. Okay. Don't care.
what else we got?
Getting everything. Am I on the right?
Oh, we got like these two animated. Yeah, we got like. Oh, we got the Bad Batch. We got that kind of.
Oh, right. That was the other one.
We got a trailer for that. I didn't see that.
All right.
I didn't see the trailer yet, but it's Clone Wars style, so that's exciting.
No, I watched the trailer today, and it looks really good. I won't give anything away for you, but I'm excited. Yeah, it's like watching the trailer. I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm watching Clone Wars again.
It's basically just continuing Clone Wars in a way. Like we're just gonna
without the Jedi.
Like we thought Clone Wars ended season 7. Now it's carrying on.
Yeah. What else? Well, this isn't exactly Star Wars, but so George Lucas had done a movie back in the day called Willow with
You okay?
I am. Are you?
I'm freezing a little.
Yeah.
Oh no! Come on!
Come on, we're almost there.
Be strong, Wi-Fi.
All right, now you're.
Come on.
I think you're good.
Stay strong.
Warwick Davis, thank you.
Stay on target.
His autograph. Hold on, I have Warwick Davis's autograph. Hold on. I gotta find this. Actually, I have 2 of his autographs. Oh crap! Where is it?
Willow.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, we're getting a Willow sequel of sorts. Have you seen Willow?
Oh, there it is. I think. So I recently watched it. Well, I recently watched some of it. I made it like halfway through, and then I fell asleep. So, not exactly.
I've only seen it once. It is one of those movies where it's like I need to be in a mood for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very different, but it was funny, and the storyline is intriguing. So.
Yeah. And I'm curious to see what that's one of those things where it's like I never thought we'd get a sequel to Willow, like especially a series, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a series.
But I thought that was kind of cool that they're gonna do that. I haven't seen Willow since I was a kid. That reminds me, the music was really good too. I like the music to it.
And we got the final announcement. Well, I mean, we knew about this already, but like we're getting the final Indiana Jones movie.
Yes, Indiana
So
Jones. That's gonna be. He just keeps coming back.
I don't know. I was just was saying when they say final, I'm like, oh, how final do we mean? Are we like really ending this? Like how we're gonna end it?
Maybe they'll kill him in
Like
this
we're gonna
one.
confirm? It's
um,
like 5 years ago. We killed Han Solo. Next we kill Indiana Jones.
just wiping him out. Um, but yeah, I think that was everything. I feel like there was so much more, but I feel like that was everything.
There was a little announcement for animated like an animated show, kids show for droids,
Droids,
something
yes,
like
that
that.
was the other one.
Um,
I'm down with that.
but that sounds like it might be something
Mm,
interesting.
yeah.
Lando, we got Lando's
Oh, how could we
series.
forget Lando? Oh, okay. So, um, this was another one that I was reading an article about, like just speculating. Like, all we know is that it's Lando, but we don't
Yeah,
know, like, is it
who
gonna, yeah, who is it? Which Lando are we getting? Are we getting, I'm so bad with
young
names.
Lando or old Lando?
Right.
I I would kind of like it if it's young Lando, but it's old Lando narrating it, like his chronicles.
It would be cool if they had them both, kind of like going back and forth, like flashbacks or, um,
Yeah,
kind of, yeah, bringing them both together. I
and
think that would be epic.
and I hope we gotta at least have. They said they said like I think it's gonna be one season, so it's just basically like one season of stories or something like that. I don't think it's
Oh,
gonna be
okay.
multi seasons, but please, please, please bring Han and Chewie into one of the episodes. Like, just give me an adventure with Han, Chewie, and Lando
That would be cool.
again. Fine.
Um, one,
Uh, Basically, give the actor the young Han a chance again.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be cool if they brought them back, have them work together. Um, one of the articles I read was speculating maybe it'll be, older Orlando, but like it's kind of picked up where Rise of Skywalker left off, and helping
Yeah,
Jana, find her family.
his daughter.
Yeah, allegedly, um, you know. So I thought that would be cool because I did like her character. I found
Yeah,
it to be intriguing, her story.
yeah.
So I
That's
thought I was talking with the escape
is
pod on
that
it.
is that it?
Wait, let me finish checking social media.
It's like there's like one more thing I think.
Oh, Acolyte.
Oh yeah, Acolyte. We're getting like these animated series. Like
Yeah, The Acolyte is a mystery thriller that will take viewers into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. I feel like this is gonna like. I feel like obviously I'm gonna watch it, but I get the feeling this isn't gonna be my kind of show.
I that okay. So it's gonna take. So it's basically like the end of the High Republic era, which um basically kind of means like okay, so I got to now read all this High Republic stuff
Mm-hmm.
now to understand what's going on.
Did those books come out yet, or they're not coming? They're coming out soon.
I think I think they're soon. I think it's soon when they're going to be coming out. So
Soonish. Okay. All right.
I don't have it.
Um, Star Wars Visions, an original series of animated short films,
Visions, yeah,
celebrates
that was another
the
thing.
galaxy through the lens of the world's best Japanese anime creators. Very cool.
Yeah.
But that's what we know. Like, these are all just kind of like very
We're
general
letting us know
announcements.
what we're making.
Yeah.
We don't have everything, but yeah,
The Bad
this
Batch.
looks
Oh, Cassian.
good. Right, Andor.
We're bad at
Yeah,
this.
that.
Oh
I mean,
we're forgetting all the big important ones. We were so distracted by Vader. um,
yeah, Andor. I'm curious about that. I bet it's gonna be just like Lando, like a one season, but an explanation of how Cassian
wait, is it
went from.
confirmed that it's one season?
I don't know if it is confirmed, but I feel like I don't know how much you can do with Cassian pre Rogue One.
You never know. Well, maybe they'll probably with any other show take it season by season. Maybe they'll start out with one and see how it's received, and then take it from there. I'm excited. I watched.
Yeah,
Did you watch the sizzle reel?
like the where they show what they're
Yeah, like what
making or
they're working on,
something.
like behind the scenes and.
I watched bits of it. I didn't like figure out what was happening. I just know that
Right.
they're
They really didn't like. You're really
show
not getting
anything.
details, but it was just
But,
kind
oh,
of
the art
yeah,
though, we did see like
yeah.
part of it.
Like that
That was
got me
cool.
just so excited, just seeing all the art, the sketches, and then sculpting the creatures, the
Yeah,
beings.
there's a lot of prosthetics. There's a
Yeah.
lot of like things being made for
Hmm.
on camera. I don't know, and I don't know why, but that makes me like, oh, that's actually really cool. Like
Yeah.
that'll be interesting to see them do that.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like it's been a while since we've well, I mean, I didn't watch any behind the scenes of Rise of Skywalker, so I don't know what was on the DVD for that. But like I feel like it's been a while since I've seen some like behind the scenes stuff for Star Wars.
yeah,
Um,
that little moment like reminded me of when they were talking behind the scenes of Phantom Menace and all
Me
the little
too.
creatures they're
Yeah.
making, and like all the little masks. That was
Yeah.
like Attack of the Clones too, like all of these little
Yeah.
puppets and everything.
It like made me feel nostalgic. Like, yeah, because like that's what it reminded me of. And I was like, oh, you know. So yeah, that made me really excited for it. But I think that's not coming out till 2022, I believe. Like it's another one.
Yeah, it's like a lot of like I don't know when any of these things are coming out. Like we know we have Mando season 3 though. That we do know. Like Christmas, they
Yeah.
said like December. Could honestly like a lot of stuff I'm shocked is even being made
Mm-hmm.
because of the situation we're in.
Yeah.
So I don't expect them to be working on all of it until like the year after this next year.
That's true. A lot of stuff is gonna be put on hold. Um, Stop
And
teasing Kenobi, okay? Stop teasing Kenobi.
they said they're gonna start filming it uh like January or March of 2021, or they something like that, right? Like they'll
I don't remember.
finally get started on it.
I hope soon. I mean, I guess it's a good sign that announced they showed like what the title looks like, and they announced that they're bringing in Hayden. So like it's a good sign. So okay, obviously they're still doing it. It's just taking a while. Okay.
Um, so yeah, that's it of Star Wars side of things.
There was some Marvel stuff.
So what do you? I haven't seen any of the Marvel stuff either, but what do you think of what's coming out in Marvel now that
I
you're caught up?
My number one thing that I am most excited for is Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like that's my number one. Like I'm pumped for that. Like I know I'm gonna love it. Um,
Mhm.
because I love both those characters, especially Falcon.
Yeah.
I love him. Um, so I'm really excited for that. I watched. They had the second trailer for WandaVision. It's just so funny reacting to that because I'm like, guys, it's not that I hate her. I just, I'm not crazy about her. She's great, but
Your 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 Wanda love is showing so
yeah.
much.
I mean, I get the feeling in this show it's not going to be as she's not going to be as dramatic.
This will be an interesting like character study of her for this show. I think
Yeah.
this hippy dippy world that we might be seeing with her
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they're trapped in like this I don't even know.
world.
Yeah, like this virtual world or this alternate reality that's kind of been created around them. Like they're all kind of trapped in there. Um,
Wanda isn't okay.
Wand, how do I explain why? Okay, first of all, great actress, great character. She has an amazing ability. She has a very interesting story. It's just I don't know if it's the way she's written. Um, she's just very dramatic. Very dramatic, and not in the what I don't remember which movie we first saw her in. Not in that one. It's like in the following ones that she's in. She's just
Yeah, like
very
she was pretty subdued in Ultron. That was the first one we saw her
Ultron.
in.
Right? She was intimidating, and we could see how powerful she was, and I liked her. But it's like in the following ones, she was just very. I realize she's been through hell, but like just very dramatic, and I don't like melodramatic. Like I felt like she should be on a teenage soap opera. You know what I mean? Like.
Well, here's your teenage soap opera.
Everything from me.
That's what I was saying. Is like, well, your teenage soap opera is coming true because
Yeah. Yep.
it's just a little more bizarre. Yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier. That looks. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see that. I don't know what Loki's gonna bring, but
I couldn't figure that one out. I watched the trailer for that. You watch it and tell me what you think of it. I'm like, what is this about? What's going on? I can't make I couldn't make any sense of it. It did look dark though, darkish, in my opinion.
So
dark for me. It's not Hallmark.
So. Loki.
Yeah.
Loki.
Yes, Vision and Wanda, they do get a little dramatic. It's like a teenage romance, you know. But yet I don't get that vibe from this trailer.
Let's see. Okay. We got a bunch of other things. We got like more movies and other, I think, shows announced too. We got like Miss Marvel, Secret Invasion, like all of these other things that I'm very, very, very excited for. Now that we have that, and we got the next movie is Doctor Strange, like the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, okay.
That's on the horizon.
Oh, that's cool.
And I guess I can. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say. I guess I should tell you this because I've known about it for a while. But Wanda's Vision is actually going to tie in with Doctor Strange's movie, so it's something is going to connect those two at some point. I don't know what or how, but I'm excited to see how.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that is good to know. I was gonna say, like, while I kept myself up to date with the Star Wars announcements, I didn't with Marvel. I just watched whatever Marvel trailers were released, I watched. But, like, I missed, like, any announcements.
Any news and such, any, like, details.
Yeah. I'm glad they finally paid more attention to the Incredible Hulk movie.
Yeah, I think there was an announcement that an actor from that movie, like I think the villain from the Incredible Hulk movie is coming back in some way.
Oh, okay.
So basically now that movie is needed to be watched. It's basically now part of it's no longer skippable.
All right.
All right, sorry.
One of these days I'll watch it.
Yeah, I still have to watch it too.
Yeah. So. We'll do a watch party. Our hard thing about them two movies is the delays. Black Widow is still delayed. Oh my gosh, I know.
Right, yeah, Black Widow. It's been so long I've forgotten about it.
Has again, because I don't really watch commercials and I don't pay attention. No new movies have been released at all, right? Or have
Nope, no movies have been released of Marvel.
I mean, no new movies period. Are new movies being released in theaters?
No movies have been put in the theaters at all since. Black Widow is supposed to be the next one. They've held it until as long as they can. I'm thinking. I think they're just waiting for theaters to open back up, which is.
Yeah, I see. I don't know how it is outside. I know in New York theaters are still closed, but I know in some places across the U.S. some places are open, but I don't know.
There are also other countries that have finally cleared their problems, but now we're just waiting to officially. But it's I don't know. I'm really curious how they're going to do this. At this point, I'm starting to think they might actually
put it online,
put it on streaming, and then release it in theaters later. They might do that.
I would pay. If they did something like that, I would whatever I had to pay for a ticket, I would still do it.
This one I would pay for.
Yeah, and we could have a watch party.
Yeah,
we could
do a reaction. We do we do a watch party reaction to the movie.
Yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun. I'm out of water. We're gonna have to end the stream. I'm out of water.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good Star Wars Day and other things.
Yeah. I like that they gave us a lot to be excited about. They gave us a lot to look forward to. And not to sound cheesy, but we all need we need something to be excited about because things are just
the future of Star Wars looked very barren for a while.
Yeah. I don't even mean just that. I mean, that is true because I feel like the sequel has really divided people. But like just in general, like the way things are right now in the world, like it's just very, like a little depressing, and
Yeah.
especially around the holidays, you know, it can be a little bit more depressing for people, especially with everything going on right now. So like it might sound silly or cheesy, but like I just feel like this like it gives people something to look forward to,
This
something.
is your family that
Yeah,
you got something to
exactly.
look
It's like
forward to that you can.
your family is expanding. Your Star Wars family is expanding. We have something to look forward to and be excited about, and um, you know, I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel, but
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I
It's
just
good news. We need
yeah.
some good news. So,
Just gotta keep hanging on until we get to that stuff.
yeah. But you know, it'll be it'll be spread out. You know, which is good too. So
Yeah.
after Mandalorian, we're gonna have Wanda
Hmm.
to
Yep.
watch in January. WandaVision.
That's January.
Yeah,
Yep.
January.
Middle of January. So a few weeks of a break.
Yeah. Um.
We can do our. We can probably somewhere in the middle plan that Star Wars thing. The the
Oh,
the reading.
I keep saying I know it's on my to do list. I keep saying we're gonna do it, and I haven't planned it yet. Um.
We'll pick a scene. We'll vote on a scene, and then we'll just do a quick little thing, and then eventually we'll have a whole movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll be fun. That'll be good for laughs. I mean, the people who are dying to see Spider-Man 3 are the ones who would feel the most excitement due to the announcements.
Yeah,
Um,
Spider Man. The next Spider Man movie that we're gonna get is. I've heard a lot of things about it. And it makes me very excited. When we get a trailer, I can probably explain it to you if we ever get a trailer.
I remember seeing some headlines around the time that I finished seeing the last one. Something about there being rumors that the other Spider-Man was going to be in it.
There's something. There's actually another Spider Man movie that is out that we should definitely watch at some point.
Oh, okay.
But I think I'm gonna. I think I'll save that movie. I think honestly, like I think we'll do a Spider-Man watch, like all the old Spider-Man movies. See what you think of them before
Yeah.
the new one comes out to build up hype for that one.
Okay. Uh, Multiverse and Spider-Mans. Yeah. All right. Yep, lots to look forward to.
Okay,
So,
gotta let you stop talking so you don't hurt your throat anymore.
I want to lose my voice. It's just something about Sundays. I lose my voice. So, but
It's like you talked all week and now you
yeah.
it finally catches up at this point.
um, heard some people got spoiled from TV news and stores.
Hmm.
What do you mean? I heard some people got
All right.
All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up here. Then we will
Do you
have nothing nerdy as Star Wars story.
maybe if there was a actually oh man if there's an audition for the new movie, the new like Rogue Squadron movie, I definitely want to see about it. I wonder if you would want to be like just sitting in a little pilot seat and just having one little shot.
I think we should attempt the first socially distanced Star Wars fan film. We'll make our own.
I mean, how do these?
I don't know how
I
we
don't
do
know.
it, but we could figure it out. We'll add it to the
That'd
list.
be interesting. Build a little. They mail us the seat and the little frame, green screen and the camera. It's like, okay, do your scene. You're like here's the camera, here's all the things, just do your scene, we'll do it in post later.
Mm-hmm.
You only get like 3 seconds.
Madigan, you want to come say hi to everybody? Come say goodbye. Come on. Come on. Up here. Good girl.
Look at her.
Madigan says hi, everybody. Don't put holes in my chair.
She finally awake from her run.
Yes. Yes, Madigan's been exercising with me lately, so she's looking very svelte.
Working off that Twitch weight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she smells the advent calendar. It's got chocolate in it. Did I say chocolate? It's your favorite, right? I know. Did you tell everybody about the
Chocolate?
time when you were a puppy and you got into the basket of chocolate? Do you want to tell
Oh
everybody about that?
dear.
She lived to tell the tale, but what a night that was.
That must have been. That sounds bad.
Her heart was going a mile a minute, but she survived. Thank goodness.
I was actually just about to ask. Like, she's not had chocolate. She was like, oh, she did have.
That's it. That's it. You get more tomorrow. Okay. Have you ever seen the Pink 5 Star Wars fan film series? I have not. Now that I have the second channel.
Check that out.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I'll have to check that out too. Pink 5.
Now that I have the second channel that I'm using for my reactions, I can get back to watching like fan films and stuff like that. I've kind of been out of the loop with all that stuff. All right, but so I will be back on Friday with the watch party for the finale of The Mandalorian, Chapter 16, Episode 8 of Season 2.
16, Chapter 16, Episode 8, yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys want to come hang out, we'll watch it together, even if you've seen it already. And Inspector, you're gonna have your reaction.
Yeah, I'll do my reaction as early as I can, upload it and edit and all that sort of stuff as early as I can. It's one of those things you gotta be as quick as you can to get those out. Get the early people.
Yep.
Then I gotta do another reaction. Okay, so the other strong reaction is thankfully it's kind of taking a break in the during January, so I'm gonna be a little free for a while.
Good. That's good.
Yeah. And then WandaVision. I don't know if I'm gonna react to that.
I think I've been having so much fun with the watch parties. I did the one watch party last year for Mando for the finale, or one or two, and then I did them for Clone Wars, and then I did it for some of Marvel, and then I've been doing it for The Mandalorian. I think they're so much fun. Like, I love spending my Friday that way. So I'd like to continue with it, for every new Marvel or Star Wars show that comes out. Continue with the watch party. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll see what I feel, how I'm feeling, if I'm ever going to do reactions to that show.
Okay.
But yeah. Definitely looking forward to the watch parties. Those will be interesting.
Yeah, they're fun. they're a lot of fun.
I'm so glad we got you caught up before this.
It really was like perfect timing. You planned it out well. Just in time for all the new Marvel shows and movies to come. So. And
before you would have, I guess, been spoiled or been seen all these announcements to
that's true.
Have an idea of what the future was going to hold. So we caught you up to where we are now.
Yeah, it definitely worked out. So,
the only other things that I guess would be left would be, was there a trailer for the What If? The Marvel What If? Did you not see that trailer? Oh, there's this kind of animated cartoony version of alternate storylines of the movies. I think is basically what would happen if this character went this way instead of this way. What if Cap didn't get the serum?
It's kind of like Star Wars Theory, but for Marvel.
Yeah, it's kind of that basically. So
Marvel Theory. I like it.
You should definitely check out that trailer and that show. I'm actually very excited for that show.
I totally missed that. I'm gonna have to check that out. How confused you
would have been
about Black Widow getting a movie. Oh gosh, that would make me. As it was, I didn't see her death coming, but that definitely would have thrown me off. Doctor Who turned left. Yes, that too.
That would have been if the Black Widow movie has no in-game features. Mm-hmm. I actually think I could have maybe pulled that before in-game and had you watch that. Maybe. That would have been interesting.
Maybe.
Like I did with Captain Marvel and all the other things. Mm-hmm. Kind of rearrange the order.
Yeah.
But yeah. Love to see what that movie does.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up here. We will be back next Sunday to discuss the finale of The Mandalorian. And I have a feeling we're going to have a lot to discuss because they got a lot to put in that episode. So
we'll just see what it brings and what happens, what the results will be.
Yep, I am excited. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching, everyone, and thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting with us. We love hearing your thoughts and love spending time with all of you. Happy adulting, everybody. Have a happy Monday, and we will catch you all on the next stream. So,
See you at the
have a
finale.
great night,
Bye bye.
everyone.